Hey everybody, what kind of shit do you think about at 4 o'clock in the morning? Alright, so before we get into today's episode, I wanted to share something on the back wall with you guys. When I started this channel back up, I just walked around the house and grabbed shit to put in the background and pinned it up on the wall. I didn't really care what it was as long as it wasn't a blank wall. Well, over the last couple of days, I've gone around and I actually change things up and I put things up on the wall that belong there. Things that mean Blithesome wisdom. Things that are important to me. And I wanted to share it with you guys because I think it's really cool. So, I kind of redid this stuff. I always have white sage in my house. I love white sage. I believe this says peace in most of the main languages around the world. I have my little, trinkets and knickknacks and cool little lamp thingies and my dragons and whatnot. But this here is one of the most important items that I have to remind me of just who I am and what Blithesome wisdom means to me. So this came from my mom, of course. It was a Christmas present about 2 years. I think it'll be 3 years this Christmas that I've had this. It finally found its home someplace to remind me of my mom and my goals and to do my best every single day. There's the bottom for you guys to read. And no, don't worry, my mom is very much alive, but just thoughts and the love. My mom will always be with me in certain ways. And just some sacred geometry. This was actually a hand-drawn and hand-colored with gel pen piece of artwork from one of my very good friends named Emily. This painting here was actually hand-painted by my oldest and best friend, Paige. I have known Paige since 6th grade, and she is the best person ever. And I retired this shirt recently. I've had this shirt for about 5 years now. It was one of the first birthday presents from a friend that I made when I first moved back here. This is the very first cross that my mom ever bought me. No, I am not a religious person. This symbol is not for religion in my life. This means something completely different to me, so we'll just leave it at that. Dream catcher, because you always follow your dreams, catch the bad ones, and live the good ones. And then this hoodie, my 5-Finger Death Punch hoodie, is actually the first concert that I ever went to by myself. So I am extremely introverted, and I have a hard time being in big crowds and things like that by myself, but I wanted to go see 5-Finger Death Punch so freaking bad that I bucked it up. I bought some tickets. I drove out to the East Center in Salt Lake City, and I rocked out with 5-Finger Death Punch, and I fucking took a hoodie home to remember. It's just really old, and the zipper's kind of falling apart, so I wanted to retire it and keep it forever. And every time I look over, it just reminds me of that time that I had a lot of fun, and that I took life by the reins for myself, and I did it. I went to go do something kind of slightly scary by myself. And it was awesome. Alright, so now that I've been able to share the background with you guys, and you kind of, hope it looks good. I think it looks good. Let me know what you think. But let's get into today's episode. What the fuck do you think about at 4 o'clock in the morning? Sorry. Trying to fix it, guys. So I took out my notebook. Okay, I've had this notebook for a couple of years, and it just barely started to be written in. It has been a lump of wasted paper on the shelf for a couple of years now, and that's unacceptable. It is time to put it to its intended use. And I've really been trying to do somewhat of an overhaul on my life recently. Been really, really fucking determined to actually start taking care of my body, to actually try and work out and take care of myself and And not just mentally and emotionally, but physically too. Like, I am out of shape, you guys. I'm fucking out of shape. I am getting back into it. I haven't given up. Not one day have I skipped yet. Not one day. Guess how many push-ups I did today? So last time I couldn't do more than 12, right? Well, today I kind of cheated and did something a little different. I did 3 sets of 10. So I technically did 30 push-ups today. And, yeah, that's right. I may be cheating. I think you're supposed to do it that way, but, you know, just barely a week in, and it's already showing progress. I don't feel good unless I actually get up and I put the effort to stretch in and I do some sort of workout. Like, I have to be physically active. Now, this was last night, like 4 o'clock in the morning. That's the whole point of this. I was just thinking, like, I was so lost in thought, I couldn't sleep. I was sitting out in my living room, and I was like, why don't I grab my notebook? Why don't I start writing stuff? Like, what's on my mind tonight? Like, let's put it down. Let's see what we can do to manifest and create. And so I grabbed my notebook, and I said, asking myself, how the fuck do I manifest my vision? How? I'm always wondering, how am I going to do that? And I had to remind myself that you can't fucking get there if you refuse to do what it takes to learn how to get there. Actually educate myself. So like, I want to learn how to make music really, really bad. You don't learn how to make music by sitting there daydreaming about it going, oh, I want to make music. No, you need to learn how to do that shit, and then you need to sit down and practice. Like, 10,000 hours is a real concept. So, I wrote, the very first thing that I wrote on the page was, I know I want to create music, create videos, create art, and I also want to do blacksmithing. Asking myself, how the fuck do I manifest my vision? And, so, to get to the most important stuff, I look at and I watch other people succeed and fiercely chase their dreams, and I always ask myself, how? Does everybody hurt the way my body does on a regular basis? Do I feel the way I do because I haven't taken proper care of myself for years now? Can I fix my body, heal the pain, train my brain to focus and no longer be distracted by physical sensations? Can I push myself to feel physically comfortable in my body? I have to try. I tried to start writing in this book over a year ago now. What could I have accomplished in that time if I had just stuck it out? So what I'm getting at is, my body always feels like shit. Because I haven't taken care of myself. I've done drugs and was a horrible alcoholic for most of my life, and I feel the consequences of that. And it's very distracting. It's very putting the chains on you and holding you back kind of feeling when it hurts to run a mile. Like, I can't run a mile. I also have smoked for years and years, and I don't think I could walk a mile and still breathe. So I haven't taken proper care of myself. I'm like driving a fucking beater car that's rusted through. It's literally putt-putting. I need to fix my car. I need to take an oil change and put new shoes on the motherfucker. I need, the bottom line is I need to change, and I see that. And I am on the start. You have to fucking start somewhere. You have to. Like, day one, start somewhere. So I'm on week 1. And I'm not gonna fucking give up this time. I gave up last time. I gave up about a year ago now. And I really regret it, and that's what this means. What if I had actually stuck to it for that year? What could I have accomplished? I already feel good in a week. Well, okay, struggling to feel, I feel much, it's my body is sore as fuck, but I feel good about it, you know? 4 a.m. thoughts continued. I should really make it a habit to write at least 1 rhyme a day. Whether it be a couple of lines or a poem or an attempt at a song. I need to learn how to write hooks for songs. I don't know how to make a melodic chorus yet, but I would love to learn how. As it oops, as it stands today, I am 1 week without smoking cigs. I am still vaping CBD for the time being. I didn't feel like it was wise to try and uproot every one of my bad habits at once, so start with quitting cigs, and then actually stretching and working out at least once a day. I mainly just do a lot of stretches, and I am slowly working in push-ups, sit-ups, and jumping jacks. I am very out of shape, as I have just discussed, at this point in my life, and I hope that the road to fixing that also fixes the constant pain and general uncomfortableness of existing in my body. So, that was what I was thinking about, and then I was like, oh shit, I might as well practice and actually write a line down. So, this was my wordplay for 4 a.m. thoughts. Drain the pain vein and rain on the game's game. It's all the same. Bangin', gang, gang. Bank the change, deposit the gains, straight to the top, project the range. And then I ended up putting never give up, and then I fucking basically went to bed. But never give up on life. Fortune favors the brave. On life, love, yourself, my videos, my writing, my dreams, going back to school, and all of my goals. Those are things to never give up on. And that's exactly where I'm at in my life right now. That's what I think about at 4 o'clock in the morning. And that's what I really wanted to share with you guys today. So, thank you very, very much for tuning in. Let me know if you like these kind of episodes, because if that's the case, then I'll break open a little bit more, and I'll actually share more contents of this book with you guys on a regular basis. It'll be kind of our thing. What do you think? Let me know what you think. If you don't like it, then that's fine. We don't have to do this kind of stuff anymore. But let me know, and we'll go from there, okay? Anyways, from me to you, be blithesome, and have a good night. I love you, motherfuckers. Take care.